All right, our forecast for today has been absolutely gorgeous, and we continue with this across the area. Here you are looking onto downtown from the West Bank, beautiful, from our rooftop at WWL as well. As we head into the really upcoming week, we are not going to see major changes. So if you're a fan of temperatures making it to the low 80s by the afternoon, then you are in luck for some time. We've got 70s across the board right now, anywhere from these low 70s near the water at the lakefront and the coastline to the mid and upper 70s inland and on the North Shore. So our dew point values really not super high, but a little bit higher than we were earlier this weekend. They're going to continue to remain in the 50s to 60s with comfortable and cool, less humid outlooks as we get a little bit later into tomorrow. So our wind speed and gusts are pretty minimal at the moment as well, anywhere from single to double digits. And we will see a shift in the direction as a little front comes through and brings our winds northerly and our temperatures down slightly for tomorrow. But this afternoon, yet another round of low 80s will eventually fall into the low 70s tonight. As you approach 9 o'clock, it will be absolutely gorgeous. Do you have any outdoor plans for maybe dining or just enjoying the porch? And then we'll head into the overnight time frame with the 60s returning yet again. So our low temperatures waking up tomorrow will be very similar to today, the upper 50s to low 60s, just depending on where you're waking up with us. And we will probably have a very low chance for the fog development. Much like this morning, a couple areas could see some patchy fog, but really through the rest of the week, those temperatures should be just a little bit lower than the dew point values, so not quite matching up perfectly. Tomorrow, you'll notice we're a little bit cooler, temperatures in the upper 70s as opposed to the 80s, and this will be a little bit of brief relief from those warmer conditions. We'll see another round of that into the weekend, with no major fronts bringing significant rain chances in the midst. So the UV index is really our big story for the next couple of days. Of course, wall-to-wall sunshine, blue skies, and not a lot of relief from that if you aren't in the shade. So whenever we have the UV index anywhere from 8 to 10, which it will be around 9 for the next 5 days, you could get a sunburn very quickly, anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes outside in the direct sun. Could allow for some significant burning. So make sure you've got the sunscreen and the sunglasses as well. We're basically going to see this ridge that's off to the west and bringing significantly hot temperatures over to places like Phoenix and California start to gradually push our direction as the week goes on. So into tomorrow, not so much, but then we'll really start to feel those impacts a bit more by the later part of this week. And that's when we'll be topping out in the mid 80s comparatively. So you'll notice as we head into the peak of the afternoon, you see these oranges showcasing really extreme temperatures across Phoenix and most parts of Texas as well. It's a lot cooler on the East Coast. So if you might be traveling for spring break along the Gulf Coast, it will be slightly cooler off towards Florida. Here's the middle of the week, still comfortable and cool for us in the evenings, but warming up into the afternoons consistently. And by the end of the week, we are going to see 83 coming back before yet another little front pushes through and brings us into the upper and then mid 70s for the weekend. So definitely looking forward to it. Again, rain chances at best around 10%, and that means our drought monitor not going to improve a whole lot as we get into Thursday, which is when the next update will come. So please avoid burning if you can. We're going to stay warm all the way through the end of the month and into April, which of course brings the Easter season shortly. Each and every afternoon will be very spring-like. Until then.